In a quiet mountain village, an old Zen master named Kaito was known for his peaceful presence and deep wisdom. One day, a young traveler came to him, burdened with self-doubt and pain. "I feel lost," the traveler confessed. "How can I ever love myself enough to find peace?" Kaito smiled gently and said, "The journey to self-love begins with understanding that love is not something to be found outside, but awakened within." He led the traveler to a still pond reflecting the sky. "See how the water accepts everything, the wind, the leaves, the clouds, without resistance? So too must you embrace yourself, fully and without judgment." As the sun warmed their faces, Kaito shared the timeless Buddhist wisdom. Compassion begins at home, in the heart that beats within you. The traveler sat quietly by the pond, feeling the gentle breeze and the calm ripples on the water. Kaito continued, "Self-love is not about perfection or achievement. It is about accepting your flaws, your mistakes, and even your pain as part of your true self." He handed the traveler a small, smooth stone. "This stone has been shaped by time and the elements, yet it remains whole and beautiful. You too are shaped by your experiences, and in that shaping, you find your unique strength. Remember," Kaito said softly, "each moment you practice kindness toward yourself, you water the seed of compassion that grows within your heart." Days turned into weeks, and the traveler remained in the village, learning from Master Kaito's quiet example. One afternoon, as cherry blossoms drifted in the breeze, Kaito invited the traveler to walk along a narrow path through the forest. "Look at these trees," Kaito said, touching the rough bark of an ancient oak. "They do not compete to be taller or stronger. They simply grow in their own time, rooted deeply in the earth, reaching for the sky with patience and humility." The traveler asked, "But how can I be patient with myself when I feel so much doubt and fear?" Kaito smiled knowingly. "Fear and doubt are like shadows cast by the mind's restlessness. They vanish when you bring gentle attention to the present moment. Loving yourself means embracing these shadows, not fighting them." He paused by a crystal-clear stream. "Notice how the water flows freely, without clinging to anything. When you let go of judgment and expectations, your heart too can flow like water, open, soft, and free." Kaito then spoke of a Buddhist teaching that had comforted many generations. "You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." The traveler closed their eyes, feeling the truth of the words settle deep inside like a warm light. As the traveler sat by the stream, Kaito's words echoed gently in their mind. "But Master," the traveler asked, "how do I maintain this love for myself when the world outside feels so harsh and unforgiving?" Kaito looked up at the sky, painted with soft hues of dusk. "The world's challenges will always come and go like passing storms," he said. "But within you is a sanctuary, a place untouched by the turmoil. This sanctuary is your true nature, pure and loving." He reached into his robe and pulled out a simple wooden bowl. "Every morning, fill this bowl with water, and with each sip, remind yourself, I am enough. I am worthy." This daily act is a meditation, a ritual of self-kindness. The traveler nodded, feeling a spark of hope. "Is it enough to say these words, even if I don't fully believe them yet?" Kaito smiled warmly. "Belief will follow practice. Just as the lotus grows from the mud, your self-love will bloom from consistent care and patience." He then shared a profound teaching from the Buddha. "Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Love yourself first," Kaito urged, "and love will naturally extend to all beings around you." Over time, the traveler began to practice the daily ritual with the wooden bowl. Each morning, as the sun rose over the mountains, they whispered the affirmations, letting the words sink into their heart. At first, doubt lingered like a shadow, but gradually, a quiet warmth grew within. One day, while sitting beneath a blooming plum tree, The traveler asked Kaito, "Master, how do I deal with the moments when my mind is filled with harsh self-criticism?" Kaito placed a gentle hand on the traveler's shoulder. "Imagine your mind is like this plum tree. Sometimes storms will shake its branches, and some blossoms will fall. But the tree does not blame itself for the wind. It simply endures, rooted in patience and self-acceptance." He added, "When harsh thoughts arise, do not fight or feed them. Observe them as clouds passing in the sky, transient and ever-changing. Let your heart be the sky, vast and open, welcoming every thought without attachment." Kaito then shared a key Buddhist insight. You cannot travel the path until you have become the path itself. Loving yourself is not a destination, he said, but the very path you walk, step by gentle step. The traveler's heart grew lighter with each passing day, but old wounds still surfaced in quiet moments. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Kaito invited the traveler to sit near a small fire. "Tell me," Kaito asked softly, "what do you fear the most about loving yourself?" The traveler hesitated, then spoke with honesty. "I fear that if I truly love myself, I might become selfish or distant from others." Kaito nodded thoughtfully. "This is a common fear, but it is a misconception. True self-love is not selfishness. It is the foundation from which genuine compassion flows. Like the flame of this fire, it must be tended and kept alive, not smothered." He traced a circle in the air with his finger. "When your own heart is warm and full, you naturally radiate kindness outward. You cannot pour from an empty cup." The master then shared another teaching. Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. Self-love nurtures your spirit, giving you strength to face life's challenges with grace. The traveler looked into the flames, feeling a new understanding grow within, that loving oneself was an act of courage and connection. In the days that followed, the traveler began to see changes not only within but in their relationships with others. With a heart more open and peaceful, they noticed how compassion flowed more naturally, not just toward themselves, but toward friends, strangers, and even those who had once caused pain. One morning, Kaito took the traveler to the edge of a vast cliff overlooking the valley below. The wind was cool and steady, carrying the scent of pine and earth. "Look," Kaito said, "at the vastness before you. Loving yourself is like embracing this entire valley. Every hill, every tree, every river. It means accepting all parts of yourself, even those you wish were different." He pointed to a lone eagle soaring high. "See how the eagle flies freely because it trusts the wind, not because it controls it? Your self-love will give you that freedom, to soar above fear, doubt, and judgment." Kaito's voice softened. "Peace comes when we accept ourselves completely, without conditions or limits." The traveler felt a deep peace settle in their chest, as if they had finally found home within themselves. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of gold and crimson, Kaito and the traveler sat quietly, watching the day fade into night. "Remember," Kaito said softly, "self-love is not a single moment or achievement. It is a lifelong practice, a gentle, ongoing return to kindness for yourself." He continued, "Whenever doubt creeps in, return to your breath, to the present moment. Let your heart open like a lotus blooming at dawn, resilient and beautiful." The traveler took a deep breath, feeling a profound gratitude for the journey and the wisdom shared. Kaito smiled and spoke the final teaching. "You are exactly as you need to be. Love yourself fiercely and without apology." With these words, the traveler felt an unshakable peace, knowing that true love, beginning within, was the greatest gift they could ever receive.